Hey everyone. Hey everyone. This is Carolina Teague, the Mike Slayer, the Sports Chica, and I'm back with another episode of League of Our Own. Welcome back, you guys. I have my amazing podcast producer, Gylan Jackson, making sure everything's running smoother than olive oil on a baby's behind. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Grammys were last night, and it was an okay show, I guess you could say. I mean, Jay-Z had an incredible speech, but if I started thinking to myself, what can we do today to make this show fun? Well, let's have our own Sports Grammys. Let's talk about the worst NFL moment of the year, the best NFL player of the season, the most toxic NBA fan base. Me and Gylan are going to give our awards out. And after our award ceremony for the Sports Grammys, we're going to have our predictions, Chiefs versus Niners, who's going to win the Super Bowl, and why you should pick our picks. And also our Gatorade color. That's going to be another one. What Gatorade color will be hoisted onto the winners of whoever wins the Super Bowl? And Usher's halftime performance. Are they going to go over or under 8.5 songs? We'll figure that out. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Yolanda Saldivar because she really pisses me off. And they just announced that she's going to do a documentary for Oxygen True Crime. And she's going to be speaking her truth about what happened, which pisses me off, by the way. I don't even want to get down there. But we're going to get down there eventually. And yeah, we're going to be talking about Roman Reigns versus The Rock too. So hope you guys been doing well. Gylan and I, we've been doing pretty good lately. How you been doing, Gylan?
I'm alive.
You're alive. Okay, good.
I'm alive.
Good. I mean, me too. I'm alive too. And I think I've had a lot of fun lately just preparing for the Super Bowl. My parents are going to be in Vegas. I'm a little jealous. I wish I was going, but I'm not.
What are your parents going to Vegas for?
Their anniversary. So they're going to be celebrating their anniversary. And by the way, thank you everybody who's joining on Facebook, Twitter Live, and on YouTube. If you guys are on Twitter, you guys can't comment and we can see that. Go to my YouTube page, subscribe to League of Our Own, Carolina Teague, click the live button when you get to my page and you will see our live stream and you can comment there and then we'll put your comments live. So we're going to have lots of fun with that. But let's get started with Vince is going to be in Vegas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Who else is going to be in Vegas?
What's your new handle? So you're no longer CT underscore?
I'm not Carolina Teague
underscore?
No, I'm not Carolina Teague underscore anymore. I'm CT the Mike Slayer.
Oh, okay.
That is my new name on Twitter. I'm known as CT the Mike Slayer. I changed it. I was getting over Carolina Teague. I don't know who she is anymore. So because of that, I changed it to CT the Mike Slayer. Gotcha. By the way, Mission Pro Wrestling is February 10th. Reality Wrestling is also February 10th. We had Thunder Rosa here last week. If you guys missed that episode, check it out. It was an incredible episode. Love talking to her. She always gives great insight. But let's go ahead and give out our Sports Grammy Awards for the best NFL player this season. I'm going to let Gylan go first. Gylan, who is your best NFL player this season?
My best NFL. So as I'm picking this, what's my criteria?
Just what your heart tells you to do. I mean, based off how their performance is this year and perhaps maybe something off the field that struck you well. But this is your award. You give it out to whoever you like. Anybody who's listening, you give your award to whoever you like. We want you guys to comment.
CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Houston, Texas.
Why CJ Stroud?
Very impactful, great leader, young man. Led that team to the playoffs. Just amazing story. I just like CJ Stroud. And he has some of the best rookie numbers ever. Like him a lot. I would have to say CJ Stroud and, of course, Lamar Jackson. Those are my two.
Okay, but you have to pick one. So it's going to CJ Stroud.
Yeah, it's going to CJ Stroud.
Okay.
CJ Stroud. Because I think he for me, he went above and beyond.
And he did go above and beyond. He had an incredible breakout rookie season. And the way you see how he flipped the Houston Texans from being, they were in the doghouse, essentially, in the basement for in the NFL. And here comes CJ Stroud, a rookie. People don't know what to expect. And they have a new coach, too. And they go to the playoffs. I mean, what a turnaround that was. So CJ Stroud had a fantastic year. And to have him as your best NFL player of the year, it's not something that is something I could debate with. I agree. He is somebody who, if you pick an NFL player, I would hope that you pick somebody like a CJ Stroud. Now, let me ask you this. next year, and then this is kind of what happened to Dak too. Dak Prescott had a breakout year when he took Tony Romo's place. That's because people didn't have footage on him in the NFL going up against NFL teams because he was a freshman to an essence. And then he transitions to a sophomore year and he experiences a sophomore slump. Do you expect a sophomore slump from somebody like CJ Stroud?
Not at all. Because he's not Dak.
Yeah. Okay. And Christopher Summers says his personal favorite for this season is Dak. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. And I think you could agree with me, Gylan, that this is a good pick. The way that he played this year was absolutely incredible. And his ability to run the ball, he's a threat to opposing teams. And he's had so much impact on the Baltimore Ravens offense that and he also led the Ravens to their first ever 1 seed in the playoffs. So for him to be a star quarterback and as a black quarterback in the NFL, people were criticizing him a lot, saying he wasn't quarterbacky enough, but I disagree. I think he was a leader of all leaders, and he is my best NFL player this season. And unfortunately, they're not playing in the Super Bowl, which I was hoping for, but I think he did great.
Yeah, I was really hoping they make the Super Bowl, and they didn't, so I'm a little, bummed on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. This Chiefs versus Niners thing is not really something that's fun, but we're going to make it fun because we have fun predictions that we're going to talk about. Now, let's talk about our worst NFL moment. What was the moment this season that made you say this is the worst moment in the NFL season? I can tell you
the Ravens losing. Oh, the Ravens losing.
Why was that?
I'm sorry.
No. Why was the Ravens losing your moment?
Because for the first time in a long time, I was emotionally invested into the NFL. Mm-hmm. And this one hurt. Because I thought this was Lamar Jackson's year to at least make it to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I didn't necessarily expect him to win, but for him, that they just flamed out. I don't know what was up with the calling, but it was rough.
And they were the 1 seed too, so you would hope that they would take it to the top, but that damn Patrick Mahomes and that damn Andy Reid.
Patrick Mahomes.
That damn Patrick Mahomes. So. For me, the worst NFL moment was that controversial call, Detroit Lions versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
I think that call was bogus, and it lit a fire in me that pisses me off. And, you hate that I'm a conspiracy theorist, Gylan, but when I see calls like this, it kind of makes me revert back to the NFL is scripted. But... we could debate on it whether it's scripted. It's probably truly not scripted. But when I see controversial calls like this and I see dumbass calls, this is where I'm like, okay, the NFL is scripted. Why would they just hand this loss to the Dallas Cowboys? Because if Detroit would have won, it would have secured the number 2 seed in the NFC for another week. So this was a huge loss for the Detroit Lions. Now, granted, they're in the NFC North, but I thought that call was pretty stupid. So that was, for me, the worst moment because it just waters down the game of the NFL.
Well, does it really water it? Oh, shoot. Does it really water it down? Uh-huh. Or is it just one of those things?
No, because remember the Rams versus the Saints? They had that controversial call. These controversial calls really light shit up. And it makes us why do we even watch this? Why do we even root our teams? The refs can't do their job or they can't overturn a bad call.
But how many calls do the refs get right, Carolina?
Not all. They miss a lot of calls throughout the game. So we can go.
Well, but how many? Okay, so they miss holding calls, right? Mm-hmm. Couple of pass interference calls. But the big calls, seems like they generally get right.
For the most part. But for me, I just thought this call was stupid. And it determined the outcome of the game. That was my worst personal moment. I was like, what the hell is this? Can't believe I just wasted my time watching this.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I don't know. I think it's part of the game.
It is part of the game, but it's my worst moment because I just thought it was stupid. I thought it was dumb. It was a dumb call. Cowboys shouldn't have won that game, and they got their karma.
The Cowboys shouldn't have. There was no reason. Dan Campbell is a reason why the Cowboys won that game. There's no reason why Cowboys should have won that game.
Yeah, there wasn't. Cowboys should have lost. But it is what it is. We can't do nothing about it. Now, worst toxic fan base for the NBA. Who do you got, Gylan?
Worst toxic
fan base
for the NBA.
Most toxic NBA fan base.
As of late, it feels like the San Antonio Spurs fans.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Like, as of late?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, we're insufferable.
Oh, yeah. LJ Jennings on Facebook says Spurs Twitter. Some people say Lakers, but I'm right there with you. I'm giving our Sports Grammy to most toxic NBA fan base. Gylan and I have finally agreed. It is Spurs Twitter. They are about as toxic.
I love it.
They're eating each other alive. It's like vultures on a carcass. I have seen everyone just chewing each other alive, and just even if they say good things about the team, they get chewed alive. If they say bad things about the team, they get chewed alive as well. We've said some things that have gotten us chewed alive. It's weird because you would think, as classy as the Spurs organization may be, that the Spurs fan base would be just as classy, but sometimes they are just downright disgusting and despicable. And I that's why one of the main reasons I stopped tweeting about the Spurs on my personal Twitter page, because every time I say something, whether it's good, whether it's bad, I get chewed out alive. I get everything from head to toe from me gets questioned. I think it's because Spurs fans are bored.
There's a bunch of misogynistic fans, too.
Misogynistic fans, bored fans, whatever you want to call these fans, I'm going to chalk them up to being bored, because the Spurs fan base has nothing to do right now except for criticize loss after loss after loss. So at some point, you're going to get bored. At some point, you're going to
Vassell, right? Mm-hmm. Sohan has like 3 great games in a row, then a bad game. He's horrible. Mm-hmm. And what they want just to dump the ball to Wemby the whole time.
Yeah, Devin Vassell
score 40 points this game.
Did you see that Devin Vassell game recently where he took the game-winning shot and it was supposed to go to Wemby because Pop said so, and everybody was saying Devin Vassell shouldn't be on the team anymore and he's selfish? He scored 28 damn points that game.
Pop did not say that it should have gone. It said
the play was drawn up for Wemby.
For Wemby, but they wanted the best shot. If I'm not mistaken, that's what he said.
At the end of the day, whether the play was drawn up for Wemby or not, Devin Vassell took it. He had 28 points that game. He missed. They lost. Business as usual. And Devin Vassell shouldn't be playing alongside with Wemby, and he's selfish. They've said Jeremy Sohan is selfish and doesn't care about Wemby. They've said Devin Vassell is selfish, doesn't care about Wemby. They say Keldon Johnson's trash, should be traded. He shouldn't be on the team. Yes, we could debate should he have given the shot up or not, but can people just kumbaya for one moment as a Spurs fan base?
Everybody, listen, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to lead in to the very last topic for tonight. Mm-hmm. But we're in a country, we're in a stage where everybody is looking to rage. Mm-hmm. People are looking for something to be mad about. You know you're going to get mad about it. You watch it, and you still bitch about it. Mm-hmm. Why?
Right.
I don't know.
And here's the thing, too. Some people are saying it's Lakers fan base. Lakers fan base is pretty toxic. I will say that because
Lakers, especially Lakers in San Antonio.
Oh yeah. I've seen them at the games. They're pretty bad. I've seen them shirtless, cursing people out. They're pretty bad. Celtics can also be in the bad fan base category as well.
Racist bad fan base.
What, yes. The Celtics?
Oh, there's one of the most racist states in America.
Oh, I didn't know that. I need to look that up. Yeah. Yep. So
Massachusetts, but Boston City in general. Yes.
So Celtics got to be
Philly,
up there.
New York.
Philly's they're just ruthless up there. Knicks fans are Delulu.
Hey, just real quick. You saw that and I never thought I'd really look at it, but Jason Kelce, the Kelce brothers retiring. He's a great dude. He's a lot of fun.
Why do you say that?
Hey, he took his shirt off.
I missed that moment.
You missed the moment when he took his shirt off? It was 2-3 games ago. Watching his brother scored a touchdown, and he took his shirt off stuck his arms out. I was like, ah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was legit.
That's some Lakers shit. That's some shit Lakers fans would do. But yeah, I'm giving the award Most Toxic NBA Fan Base to Spurs Twitter. Congratulations, you freaking asswipes have earned it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are just like, not all of Spurs Twitter. Let me just say that because I just called them asswipes. Not all of Spurs Twitter are asswipes. Only a few select ones who are unhappy with their lives, are miserable, waking up every single day, piss in their Cheerios. They are total asswipes. Those are the ones of Spurs Twitter I'm talking about. And maybe it's just my algorithm. We can debate if it's my algorithm or not as to why I see that Spurs fans are toxic. But for the most part, I could be minding my business and Spurs Twitter is toxic. So Spurs fans, y'all are pretty toxic right now. Maybe if Spurs got some goddamn wins, everybody would cheer up just a bit.
So Dante, listen, man, thanks for tapping into us for years. Most toxic now, yeah, all but Spurs fans going at each other is something else. Even the games, they go at each other. And I think that's the part that makes this fans really toxic is going at each other. It's like they're young eating each other.
Right. And they've had, like, from what I've seen, even though I don't partake in it, I've seen there's middle-aged Spurs fans versus younger-aged Spurs fans. I don't even know what that's about. But apparently there's, like, a divide between middle-aged Spurs fans versus young Spurs fans, which I think is really stupid because
so the middle-aged fans understand what's going on?
I don't know what it's about. I can't even do a deep dive. But what I will say is this. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard because age doesn't define maturity. So why are they even arguing like this?
Very true.
That beef makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. So yeah, they're eating each other live right now. If you guys would like to see a live carcass, go to Twitter during a Spurs game, type in Spurs and see what pops up. You'll see people just destroying each other and calling each other names. Dante Rose says the most toxic. Yeah, not all Spurs fans going at each other. Even at the games, they go at each other. That's ridiculous. I can't even imagine. So Spurs or the Sports Grammys are done with. Let us know your thoughts. Who's your best NFL player of the season? Who's your worst NFL moment? And who is your most toxic NBA fan base? We love to hear from you guys and show your comments. So Sports Grammys, it's a wrap. So another thing, too, that we want to get into is because it's a Super Bowl week, we got to get into our predictions. Who is going to win the Super Bowl? This is the main question on everybody's mind right now. Right now, Super Bowl Radio Row is going down. They're having parties. Patrick Mahomes doing press conferences. It's in Las Vegas, which is an incredible place to host a Super Bowl.
Have you talked to your boy Q?
I did talk to Q, actually. And I got
He's mad at you?
No, he's not mad at me. He sent me pictures earlier of him on Radio Row. I should have put them so we could put them on the podcast. But they're, doing the same thing they did last year, which is hustling. Last year when I went to Radio Row, I didn't eat at all. Q was like, we don't eat till we're done. Well, we had 12-hour shifts, and I was living off of caffeine and protein bars.
Whatever they gave you there, right?
Yeah, whatever they
somebody
gave me.
was pushing.
Yeah, whatever somebody gave me to eat, I ate. Q finally fed us. The final day. He took us out to eat, which was really nice. And mind you, the San Antonio Sports Star, they were also at Super Bowl Radio Row. And
they're there then this year.
I went to their table. I passed by, right? Because at the time I was supposed to be on air as a Spurs analyst, but they wouldn't invite me on air. But I would go pass by the table, and they had a ton of snacks. Snacks. All they did was eat the whole damn time. And
well, they were actually talking about that on air today, about like somebody was eating somebody else's Fritos and shit.
Yeah, they had funny. Fritos, Cheetos, right? And then I this is why I love Q though, by the way. I go to our table. It's dry as hell. We barely have water. And I think someone made a comment, yo, why do all these other radio stations have food? Why don't we? And Q's like, that looks sloppy. We're not going to look sloppy. We got a business to run. We got a show to run. This is a production. So it makes sense. Remember how you didn't like food on your table?
That's what I'm saying.
So he said food on the table when you're hosting a show looks sloppy. So I never ate. Anyways.
Well, it's funny because if you got time to eat, listen.
You got time to hustle, and that was Q's whole thing.
Exactly.
Instead of eating, get your ass over there and go get a Dana White interview. Get
Exactly.
your ass over
Shannon
there and go
Sharp.
to Shannon. You want to eat something? Go get somebody.
Yeah.
Go try to get an interview. You got time to eat, got time to go get an interview. That's
the food that you get in.
That was his mentality, and it paid off, but I was starving. But that's why I love Q in Las Vegas, because he's a hustler. He understands, he gets it. And also he gave me airtime. By the way,
there you go. You earned airtime.
I earned my damn airtime. I know that's right.
Your airtime.
I earned my
Nobody gives you anything.
I earned my airtime. I earned my airtime at both spots, but only one person gave it to me.
Okay, Super Bowl predictions.
Super Bowl predictions. So that was my Vegas story. I have some stuff coming up that I can't tell you all about, but I'm going to be working with Q soon, so I hope you guys are excited about what we got in the future. You guys will see it soon. That's why I brought up Q. But anyways, Super Bowl predictions, Chiefs versus the Niners. I'm rolling with the Chiefs. And there's one reason why I'm rolling with the Chiefs. There is a historical prediction that defense wins championships. Isn't that the term that we all talked about? This is the best defense. Even though the Niners are favored, this is the best defense that Patrick Mahomes has. And I am a firm believer, because I've seen it time and time again, that experience matters, especially when you're in the playoffs and you're making it to the final round. People and teams who are less experienced, such as the Texans, for example, it's harder for them to get to a Super Bowl because they don't have the experience as a team to do a deep playoff run, because there's levels to this, okay? Patrick Mahomes has already been here. Andy Reid has already been here. This is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has had. And the Chiefs is the only team in history to have held all their opponents to 28 points or fewer. I predict that they are going to do the exact same thing at the Super Bowl. Their defense is going to be able to hold the 49ers down, and Patrick Mahomes is going to ball out, and the Chiefs are going to win. So my prediction is book it for the Chiefs. What about you, Gylan?
So I feel that the Chiefs are going to win, right? However, for one reason and one reason only, our boy Terrell Huff, I kind of want to see the 49ers win. And that would be the only reason, right? Not because of Brock Purdy, not because of being picked Mr. Irrelevant, but my boy Terrell Huff is the only reason I want them to win. Now, I do believe that the Chiefs are going to be better prepared. They have a very good defense. They have an all-time great quarterback. And not only that, if you look at what they did to the Ravens, I think they're going to do a very similar thing to the Niners. The Ravens got out-coached. And if they try for a second, if the 49ers try for a second to do something different or get away or be slick, I think that the Chiefs are going to take them, because I just think that I think they're very well prepared.
Yes. And the thing is, too, I know you're going for the Niners because of Terrell, and shout out to Terrell. He's a friend to the show.
That's the only reason. I'm not really rooting for them, but
you want to see Terrell happy, right?
Yeah, of course.
Janaea Nicole is in the show. Sports by the Number. She's actually
she's a Niners fan too, right?
No, she's a Chiefs fan. She's a huge Chiefs fan.
Okay.
She is watching the show right now. So she deserves for the Chiefs to win, because not only is she a Chiefs fan, she's also listening to League of Her Own live. So I'm going for the Chiefs for Janaea, Nicole, my cousin Elizabeth, and that's it.
And I have a really good friend who is a Chiefs fan. Really, really good friend. Wonderful woman. So I'm really, the Chiefs have my heart, but like the sentimental piece, just because of Terrell, is a 49ers.
You know, that's one of the things. Like I'm happy for the fans of the game that we're friends with. Like if the Niners win, I'm gonna be happy for Terrell. I have no dog in this fight. If the Chiefs win, I'm happy for my cousin. I'm happy for Janaea. But that's it. But let us know your predictions, who you guys think is going to win. Dante Rose wants the Niners to win because of Terrell, too. Terrell has people backing him up. LJ Jennings says if he's the 49ers DC, he's making the Chiefs wide receiver beat him, not Travis Kelce. So he's already a coach in the team with his game plan. And let us know your predictions, Chiefs versus Niners. But I also want you guys to dig deeper because this is League of Our Own. And I want you guys to also be in a league of your own. If you give your prediction on this show, deep dive. Tell us why. Not only why who's going to win, Chiefs versus Niners, but tell us why. Because we'd like to know your deep diving thoughts because that would make us happy. Also, and also we might put your best takes right here live on the screen. Now we got another prop bet that's going to be fun. We got another Super Bowl prediction. I was right 2 times already on this one. This is why this is important to me. What Gatorade color is the winning team going to be showered with? Now, I was correct in 2022. I won double my money because I predicted the Rams were going to win and the color was going to be blue. And I also was correct on the Buccaneers in 2021. I also predicted blue. Historically, for the Gatorade colors, purple, blue, orange, yellow, those are the favorites. Red has never been thrown over somebody for the Gatorade color. But this year, actually it's been 10 years it hasn't been red. But I think that the color is going to be red. And the reason why is because the 49ers have red in their jerseys. And the Chiefs have red in their jerseys. So whoever wins, I believe the Gatorade color will be red this year. And that's what I'm putting my money on. What about you, Gylan?
I was thinking red as well. Just because we normally don't see it. Mm-hmm. But somebody else said red Gatorade. Anthony Beck said red Gatorade also.
Okay.
So I'm going with red.
Red Gatorade. Yeah. And if we think about it logically, red is on both of the team's colors. Now, orange could also be a color too. So I'm debating between orange and red.
Well, you just said red.
Yeah, but think about it too. I just want to say real quick. Do you think red would stain their clothes? That's why red hasn't been the color for the past 10 years?
I don't know.
That's one of the reasons why I'm concerned about red. So I'm actually
The question becomes, what color do they drink during the game? That's my question.
Well, people don't know until they throw it over.
So
you can bet right before the game starts. Once the game starts, you cannot bet the color anymore.
Yeah, because you might see the color.
Correct.
That they're drinking.
Right.
So it's whatever the color is that they're. Well, actually, it's whatever pitcher that they drink, or whatever bucket or thermal cooler thingamadoodle.
Even if the color's usually green, but the colors might be blue, orange. So the cooler does not tell you what the flavor is.
Right.
It's literally like right when they shower is when we find out, which is it's the most nerve-wracking part for me because I bet on this every year. This is my weird prop bet.
But I'm saying that the cooler has different colors in it.
Correct.
Like the team might have 6 different coolers. So it's really the cooler that they decide to grab.
You're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so they're probably grabbing a particular cooler.
Okay, so Chris Gonzalez says Frost Glacier. That's also a good prediction, too.
Isn't that like the light blue?
Yes, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
And I think I wonder if that one's an option. I think blue would be it, or clear or white. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to get a shirt and I'm going to throw red Gatorade on it. And I'm going to see if it stains it up and if they care.
I don't think it stains.
Okay. All right. Well, red is my pick. You guys tell me what color you guys think. Janaea says red as well. Now, last but not least, and the most important one is Usher. Usher's going to be performing at Super Bowl halftime. And the over and under for Usher songs is 8.5 songs. Is Usher going to perform over 8.5 songs or under 8.5 songs? Gylan, what do you think?
I'm going over.
Why is that?
Because I think he's going to bring out somebody like a Little John I think he's going to bring out people that have had hits with him, and I think that's what's going to push him over 8.5.
I agree too. I'm thinking I'm going to go over 8.5 because he has his hits. Yeah, with Lil Jon. DJ God is Falling in Love. OMG with Lil Jon too. You Make Me Wanna. Caught Up. He has Confessions, which he's got to do Confessions.
Yeah, but he can only do Confessions for a very short moment.
But it'll still count towards the song.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll still count towards the song. My Way, Love in This Club, You Don't Have to Call, You Remind Me. Ugh, he has so many hits. You Got It Bad. He's got to do over 8.5. I'm going over. Anthony Beck says over with the 9. So if you guys,
everybody's saying over.
Everybody's saying over. Usher has too many hits. Like J-Lo and Shakira, they only X amount of songs to perform. Usher has to go over. Like, this dude is like got to perform all his hits so we can be reminded of the greatness that Usher is, and he looks damn good heading into the Super Bowl, might I add. So, so let us know your predictions over and under for Usher songs, and what is your favorite part of the Super Bowl? And I'm a little bit like I said, commercials for Guylan. Guylan is the commercials. For me, it's the food. I like the Super Bowl food and spending time with my family. So I was actually thinking about doing like a Super Bowl. There's like this Super Bowl stadium you can create. And in the stadium, you can put all your different foods in there. I'm going to post it on my social media so you guys can take a look at what I'm trying to create. But I think I'll be doing the most if I do it because it's a ton of food. But it's a stadium. It looks fantastic, and it's basically an assortment of foods for the party. But I'm very excited about the food, and I'm very excited about the fun. And I am still going to reiterate, I am jealous that I'm not at Radio Row because I want to be there with my Vegas family, Q and them. And I'm also jealous that my parents are there. So I'm just going to be bored.
Are your parents going to the Super Bowl?
The hell no. Those tickets are so damn expensive.
Oh, so they're just being in Vegas is not cheap right now.
It's not cheap, but they are there to enjoy the festivities of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So I mean, even if you can't go to the Super Bowl, just being in Vegas, enjoying the environment, it's going to be so much fun.
What strip club are your mom and dad going to go to?
What's that one called?
Spearmint Rhino?
Spearmint Rhino. Yeah, I was to say, yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, my God.
If they check in.
I've never
been.
Have you ever been to a strip club in Vegas?
No, I have not.
Me neither. I've never been. But I want to go, but I don't have enough money to throw.
I partied really hard last time I was in Vegas. The last time I was in Vegas was rough. From the time I got on the plane, I had lost 90 pounds. My buddy paid for me to go out there. I saw Drake before he was like Drake. Or was it? Yeah, because Lil Wayne brought him out there. I actually have a picture with Lil Wayne.
Damn.
The girls, I took the picture. Lil Wayne was like right there in front of my face. Jermaine Dupri was somewhere where I was there. LMFAO performed. We were too drunk to see him. Yeah, it was rough. And more bottles on top of bottles on top of bottles. My boy was, he took care of us.
Just everybody in Vegas. If y'all go to Vegas, I'm jealous of your lives. Like, Vegas is my spot.
You could have been there.
Vegas is my spot. Super Bowl, I love sports. That's like the perfect collision of the best of both worlds. Tim Gonzalez says he's most excited about the food. Dante Rose went to the Floyd Mayweather strip club. Okay, wow. Okay, Dante living a life we don't know about. And then, of course, let's get into, we got to talk about this Yolanda. But let's real quick, I'm going to just touch base on the Yolanda Saldivar.
Well, I thought you were going to do WWE.
Oh, no WWE. Real quick, let me just touch base for like a minute or two, or less than a minute. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. We got a WWE showdown. Rock versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania. Roman Reigns is the ultimate heel. The Rock just signed as chairman, board of director on TKO. So we knew this was going to happen. This was predicted for several weeks for the WWE. But there is a movement right now all over social media, and it is We Want Cody. Everybody wants Cody Rhodes, the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble. They said he should have been the person to go up against Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns and him had a showdown last year at WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns ended up on top. And Cody Rhodes is essentially the All-American golden boy of the WWE. So much so that I was watching reality wrestling podcast. Brad Gilmore dropped this little tidbit that I thought was incredible. When they announced that Rock versus Roman Reigns was going to happen, the likes were 100K on YouTube, but the dislikes were 1 million. It's the most disliked WWE video of all time. Nobody wants to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns because we want Cody. It's been trending for days. WWE fans are upset about this storyline. So I think that whatever happens at WrestleMania is going to be a fantastic show. But something tells me that perhaps Cody Rhodes is somewhere going to be on top, because I don't see The Rock taking the championship over Roman Reigns and then defending that title afterwards. So we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys happy about The Rock versus Roman Reigns? Are you guys happy about, or do you guys want Cody? Because I want Cody. Cody Rhodes, we've talked about it before. He was at RCW here in San Antonio before he made it big. So yeah, I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes, and I want him to get his over on Roman Reigns. Now, last but not least, this whole Yolanda Saldivar stuff that's been pissing me off all day. Oxygen True Crime has announced that on February 17th, there's a 2-part series, and Yolanda Saldivar is going to tell her side of the story of what happened between her and Selena, and she's going to be sharing secrets of the slain Tejano music star, Selena Quintanilla. And I, for one, am incredibly triggered by this, because that was our Tejano queen, especially as a Latina Mexican American in Texas. That was like our Beyonce, if you will. And it's like somebody murdering her. I mean, it's unheard of. It's like, how do you react to that? When Selena died, it killed the hopes and dreams of so many people across the world, and especially Latina women, especially people who looked up to Selena. Even if you weren't Hispanic, you enjoyed her music. Watching Selena get killed as she was at the cusp of her Mexican-American musical crossover, it was a tragic story. So for Yolanda to come out, because she's up for parole in 2025, which, by the way, I hope she doesn't get it, it's pissing me off, because what secrets do you have to tell about Selena? Seriously, what do you have to say that's going to bring her back? What, that it was an accident? You've already said that, and it clearly wasn't an accident, because when you shoot someone in the back and you call them a B word and you don't call the cops and you let them rot to die, that doesn't scream accident to me. It doesn't scream accident to me that you purchased a gun, took the gun back because you thought you and Selena were friends again, and then repurchased the gun after she asked you to pull up the records that you weren't embezzling money from Selena as a fan club president. So for me, I don't understand what Yolanda has to say now. Is she trying to have a Gypsy Rose moment? Is she trying to lie her way out of parole in 2025 so she could be a free woman because she's been on lockdown and she's had good behavior? I hate Yolanda Saldivar. I can't stand her. And I would be surprised if she got out on parole in 2025. But I just don't understand why she has to keep reopening this wound for Selena fans. We're already heartbroken enough as it is. Why does Yolanda keep doing this to everyone?
My question to you is, why the fuck are you going to watch?
And I know you're going to ask me that, because I saw your comment to me on Twitter earlier that anybody who watches it is a scumbag.
I truly believe that. I truly believe that if you are watching, it's disgusting. It's disgusting that a TV station is going to broadcast this. It's disgusting that fans are going to watch it. Like, I truly believe there's something wrong with some of y'all.
So let me just
You just said it's triggering.
So
why go trigger yourself?
Let me just say this. True crime is a genre, and it's very popular.
It's very disgusting.
And you always tell me that, because you and I talk about this. I wanted to start a true crime podcast. You told me no.
No, I didn't say no.
I know. I'm messing with you. But you did say we did have a long talk about it. And you said, why are you going to start a true crime podcast? Because it's just going to bring you down mentally, which you're right. There are some repercussions talking about crime all the time. But my thing is this.
Especially stuff that they call true crime, and they're going to let Yolanda Saldivar get on there and lie. That's not true.
So the thing is, though, they interview murderers all the time on these shows. All the time. So what? So we can't. I love Selena, but if somebody wants to cover this and it's out and about, people are going to watch it because people are going to want to see train wrecks, especially people who like true crime. They want to see what Yolanda has to say and yell at their TV. That's what I want to do. I want to watch it. I want to curse Yolanda out, let it out, call her all the names in the book behind closed doors, and just call it a day.
Okay.
And Anthony Beck says he'll play devil's advocate. Maybe her doing this will give the judge reasons not to grant her parole. I agree. I hope she comes out and says it was an accident, because in order to get parole, I believe you have to show some type of crime.
Some type of remorse.
Yeah, she has no remorse for the crime. Like, she literally lies about it all. So yeah, I hope that's the best outcome, Anthony. So let me know what you guys think about this whole Selena thing. Do you guys think that Yolanda Saldivar deserves to get out on parole? And are you going to be watching the true crime series on the 17th of February on Oxygen True Crime? Let me know what you guys are doing. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to comment. I'm going to yell at the TV. I might say something publicly about it because she was my Tejana queen. And God rest her soul. Rest in peace, Selena Quintanilla. Yolanda Saldivar, you are a scumbag.
I was harsh in what I put, but I'm just...
I get where you're coming from, though.
If we know something upsets us, it's like me going on Twitter, reading Elon Musk. I can just block him. So I have to admit, I enjoy being triggered by Elon Musk, and there's something wrong with me. Come on, Carolina, say it along with me. I enjoy being triggered by Yolanda Saldivar. And there's something wrong with me.
And there's something wrong with me. That doesn't feel good.
It's the truth.
It is the truth. And maybe I need to dig deeper and figure out why. But I do think the deep part is when Selena died, it really cut me deep.
It cut a lot of people deep. I'll never forget my ex-girlfriend that went to South Park Mall for a rosary. Not a rosary, candlelight vigil. Mm-hmm. It was wild.
I wasn't in Texas at the time. I was in Chicago, but I can only imagine how bad it was in Texas.
Oh, good Lord.
Did they have visuals all over San Antonio, or was it just one spot? Or
no, it was probably all over.
Really?
Yeah.
Was the news coverage insane? What do you think?
I don't think it was insane as it would have been now, but it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you guys, let me know what y'all think about your Super Bowl predictions. And do you guys agree with our awards? Yes or no? And we'd like to thank everybody who watched today. And we'd love for y'all to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate y'all. Good luck. And if you guys have a Super Bowl and you guys go out and you guys decide to do something, make sure you drive safe and get home safely and drink responsibly. We love you guys.
Hey, real quick. See my Spurs hat?
Ooh,
Shit's
love that.
Fire. It was so funny because I saw somebody else with it. And I was like, where'd you, not this one, but another color. I was like, where'd you get it? He was like, Lids. I was like, yeah. It was on the sales rack. He was like, yeah.
And real quick, though, it's a beautiful hat. But I bet you if you posted your hat on Spurs Twitter would have something crazy to say about it.
Yeah, they can go to jail with Yolanda Saldivar and suck a weenie.
Well, Yolanda's not sucking weenies in her jail.
Well,
she's sucking strawberries.
Strawberries. All right.
All right, you guys. Well, have a safe Super Bowl, and I will see you guys later, alligator. Oh.
Peace.
Peace.